Okay, here we go. It is actually one of those games that KKR just can't afford to lose. Shomik and I were talking about it off camera. You lose today, no rain, no wind, no storm, nothing more can save you. 1 point has given you a bit of a lifeline. Get it right or go home. It's as simple as that. It's Manu or Mona Lisa. It's Deepika or Durga. That's what happens with KKR tonight. You win, you're there. You don't, you're out. No further debate, nothing. Chandrakant Pandit, future on the line. He loses today. Next season, 99.9%, no Chandrakant Pandit in the KKR dugout. It is as simple as that. The writing is on the wall. No win today, and many players could just be released. Yes, it is a franchise that shows restraint, but it is also a franchise that will have to depend on results. Every other franchise depends on results. Gargi Raut, Rohit Juglan, both of them on their way to the ground. There is a bit of traffic in Delhi. Both of them on their way to the ground. Shubhan Chakraborty expected to join. Rohan Chaudhary expected to join, but my friend Shomik Chakraborty with me, who has written a beautiful copy on Venkatesh Iyer, which was published about half an hour, 45 minutes back. Shomik, you made the point that Venkatesh Iyer, why not open with him? First, set up the match for me. Do you give KKR a chance against Mitchell Stark, their former champion from last season? And secondly, make the point that you just made about Venkatesh Iyer. Is that the USP kind of move that KKR wants? And there's Rohan Chaudhary joining.
See, as far as giving KKR a chance, my heart says yes, but my head says no. When the team mentor comes at a press conference and says that the team has lost confidence, when a player comes at a press conference and says, I am missing the thrill, when Gautam Gambhir was there, I am missing that aura uh, in public. You know how things how things are have been. I mean, how things have been going in that camp. So from that point of view, and all the while, Owen Morgan is playing the biggest motivator. He is saying that KKR have nothing to lose, and KKR with nothing to lose can be dangerous. He is acting as a bigger motivator than Chandrakant Pandit, or for that matter, Doen Bravo, or for that matter, Otis Gibson. So that is the state of affairs as far as KKR is concerned at this moment in time. Um, when Vaibhav Arora came after that washed out tie against Gujarat Titans, um, sorry, Punjab Kings, he was asked
Punjab.
about if he were happy with 1 point. He said, "Okay, one is better than nothing, right? And this point might take us eventually to the playoffs. Who knows?" So this is the mentality. So if this
Shomika was telling me
this
about
is
this. Quite funny.
so if this is the mentality of this, I uh, I fear, hope I am wrong. The side has thrown in the towel. So I hope that is wrong. KKR will bounce back, hoping against hope rather. And yes, Venkatesh Iyer, as far as Venkatesh Iyer opening the innings, it's a pretty simple call. You tried with Bill Salt and Sunil Narin last year, and together,
Shubhan is the typical representative of KKR. Look at the delay, look at the lethargy, look at the indiscipline, look at everything in Shubhan, and you will know the plight of KKR. By the way, Shubhan, welcome. Jokes apart, Shomik is saying KKR is hanging by a slender thread. His mind says KKR gone. His heart says, okay, chalo, give them a chance. Shubhan Chakraborty, Rohan Chaudhary, also both of them joining me. Rohan, are you as pessimistic as Shomik? Basically, he has written the epitaph for KKR and said it is good night. Are you giving them any chance, or you are also saying no, it's good night and thank you for 2025? Before I ask Shubhan.
Well, Shubhan আবার পালিয়ে গেছে. But
Now,
yes, but yes, it's very difficult for KKR. Even if they win this match, also winning back-to-back 5 games is quite tough. So I don't think them qualifying for the playoffs. But yes, tonight's match, even if we give them a 40% chance, maybe uh, maintaining that momentum for the next four games would be difficult for this team because
Not
as
really,
we
Rohan, not really, not really. If you think the next two games, yes, people will now say Vaibhav
home match.
Suryavanshi can do that. But the fact is, Vaibhav Suryavanshi cannot be a reason for KKR to be fearful of Rajasthan Royals. And then you play CSK, a team that has not been on song.
Yeah.
You win tonight, you are actually playing two teams who are on the lower end of the league. So two matches open up for you. So tonight you win. All of a sudden you have momentum to win the next two. Rohan Chaudhary.
Yes, of course, of course. And it will be one of those stories to write, and that momentum can give that boost. That team goes up to the final and wins the tournament. But yes, with this body language and mentality within the team, I think it's a bit difficult. As Shomita was rightly saying, that players coming up and mentioning about past management and all, and the body language that we have seen from the grounds are not of what we have seen the previous year. So I think uh, I'll give them a 40% chance today, but I don't see them actually qualifying for the playoffs. I might be wrong, and I would be happy if I am proven wrong. I have a bit of my heart rooting for KKR always, but I think it's a bit difficult this time.
Clearly, Shubha and Rohan sounds pessimistic, not as much as Shomik, but is. You have done a copy today, Shubha, and I read the copy before the show on KKR, bowlers, etc., etc. Your thoughts? Your thoughts? I mean, Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Narayan, two bowlers who they banked on saying these are our clinchers, have not picked up wickets. For me, that is one of the fundamental reasons. All of us are saying batting, 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 but the fact is KKR spinners have not been able to do what a Rashid or a Sai, Ravi Srinivasan, Sai Kishore did, or for that matter, the Punjab Kings fellows did in Punjab, Yuzvendra Chahal did. So that has also been a problem for KKR. How does one address that, Shubhan? Your thoughts?
Uh, See, the issue with KKR this season has been that all of their players have lost their form at the same time. Be it batting, be it bowling. Only Ajinkya Rahane has crossed the 200 run mark. Only Ajinkya Rahane, and that's glaring numbers. That's worrisome numbers. Apart from Rahane, no one has crossed 200 run mark. And why I wrote about bowling is because everyone is talking about batting not clicking. Whereas bowlers, their underperformance has gone under the radar this season. Sunil Narayan picked up almost 20 wickets last season. Varun Chakravarti more than 20 wickets. Harshit Rana almost 20 wickets. Andre Russell around 20 wickets last season. And this season they have all not performed with the same kind of precision or in the wicket column. Sunil Narayan has been off form. Varun Chakra, Sunil Narayan, I mean, Priyansh Arya scored 22, 21 runs in a single over of Sunil Narayan, and that's rare in IPL cricket for Narayan and KKR to see Narayan go for that many runs. Varun Chakravarti, yes, he has picked up wickets here or there, but consistently he has not. I think Gujarat Titans have given all the teams a template to how to play against KKR bowlers. Play out those 8 overs against Sunil Narayan and Varun Chakravarti with these. Don't give them much wickets, score 70 or 70, 80 runs in those 8 overs, and then you can take down those 12 overs of Harshit Rana, Vaibhav Arora, one of the overseas pacers, and Andre Russell if he bowls. Rane has not used Andre Russell, who was one of their main wicket takers last time around. And I think even in the batting department, KKR, I think they went wrong at the option table. They picked up both the overseas wicket keepers who are openers, primarily openers. So you don't have that flexibility of what our title is to put up Venkatesh Iyer as an opener, because Quinton de Kock is your opener. You are going with Sunil Narayan as your opener after what he did last season. So one position is locked. And now you have the option of Quinton de Kock and Gurbaz, who are automatically your openers. You can't play them in the middle order. So your both the openers positions are locked. So neither you can play Rahane as your opener, neither you can go with Venkatesh Iyer as your opener, or other Ankrit Raghuvanshi or other players as your opener. So I think they went a bit wrong, and even Lavneet Sisodia is your opener. Primarily, he's your opener. So I think tactics went wrong in the auction table. They did not have that flexibility. Okay, let's pick up one opening wicketkeeper batter and one middle order wicket keeping batter, and we can decide of how things go in the season. So I think loss in form plus rigid tactics. I think all of them, all of such things have played against KKR this season.
Okay. And Rohit Juglan joins us from outside the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Rohit, welcome. All my guests are very pessimistic about KKR. Shomik says it's done. Even the viewers are saying Navami chal raha hai, Dashami aane wala hai. Rohan is saying 40% chance. Shubhan is saying no. Rohit, are you giving KKR a chance or is it Delhi and it's good night KKR tonight? You were there at the practice. What was the body language? You were there at the press conference. Harshit Rana talking about Gautam Gambhir. Did it sound a bit odd to you, Rohit Juglan? Set up the match.
From the very start, Burada, I think it's a match between two teams. If you specifically see their bowling lineups, they are not performing. Suddenly, when you see why Delhi is struggling as far as their home ground is considered, you see a Mitchell Stark not picking up wickets at the very early stage. You see a Kuldeep Yadav. First half of the IPL, he was picking up wickets. He was doing really well. He was economical. Last two games, wicketless. First time in this tournament that he was going wicketless in last two games. And then suddenly, the economical factor also not coming in his way. Last game we saw, the way, against Krunal Pandya, against Virat Kohli. Krunal even hit him for a six also. Before that, you see the earlier game and you will see that the, the strength of the Delhi team is not completely you can see here. As far as KL Rahul is also concerned. So, be it a KL Rahul, if you watch KL Rahul when he did exceedingly well in this tournament, it was all about first half of this tournament. You can't say the same for the second half of this tournament. Similar thing for Kuldeep Yadav, similar thing for Mitchell Stark, similar thing for a bowler like Vipraj Nigam, who started off really well, but now he's not able to complete his full quota of overs. So it's a bowling lineup which is very much diminishing. Akshar Patel only 3 wickets in this season as far as the last game is concerned. So if you see the bowling lineup of Delhi Capitals, they are not going anywhere. If you see again Kolkata Knight Riders, no Varun Chakravarti, no Sunil Narain in top five as far as wicket takers are concerned. And not even that, they are not economical also. So the first thing is that you are not playing them, you are playing them really well. You talk about a Weber Arora, his in swingers, we talk about a lot, about his in swingers, his nick of, taking wickets in power play. No power play wickets for Weber Arora. Harshit Rana, not able to see him again, with the wickets. And you talk about Andre Russell, they are not using him. I don't know whether they want to take care of his knees or whether they want him to, sustain for the full season. But they are not using one of their finest bowlers in the last season who picked up good wickets for them. Crucial stages and Andre Russell delivering as far as bowling is concerned. So I'm not saying that, KKR is very much strong or Delhi is very much strong. This venue, if you see last 3 games Delhi played here, they won one in a super over and they lost 2 games. So it's not being a happy hunting ground for Delhi also. So I'm not saying that, Kolkata is very much, very much on the negative side as far as the results is concerned. But I think it's a good wicket. It's a wicket Rahane always, asked for as far as Eden Gardens is concerned. They got something like that in Guwahati, they won. They got something like that in Chepauk, they won. So I think as far as wicket is concerned, this is really towards the the advantage of Kolkata Knight Riders. But
Okay.
but just want to finish off with that what Harshit Rana said yesterday, be it about Gautam Gambhir thing or about I think the atmosphere, the ambience was really good as far as the team is concerned. I saw their 40-minute football session. They were really good. They were really charged. There was a lot of team bonding. There were a lot of high fives and there were a lot of communication as far as you talk about the practice or the football session. But that one statement of Harshit Rana is still ringing inside my mind that there's if Gautam was there, then this team feels a little different as far as atmosphere is concerned. So they are missing Gautam Gambhir Boryada without any sign of exclamations.
Nice points made there, Shomik, by Rohit, that it's not a happy hunting ground. Both teams are underperforming. Delhi first half, Delhi second half, different teams. Does that kind of give you hope about KKR? That, that rain from nowhere, 200, it was done. Shubhan was covering that match. It was almost done. All of us thought this is good night KKR. Suddenly, from nowhere, and in the evening, I kept asking these fellows when they were at Eden Gardens, is there a chance of rain? There was no chance of rain in Calcutta. All of us were seeing, I'm 15 minutes away. There was no chance of rain. Suddenly, a storm comes, you get a point. And we've seen that in cricket. All of a sudden, divine intervention, something happens and you get a lifeline. Is that going to change for KKR, Shomik? Is that going to give them that that belief that, you know what, there is something there for us. Let's go give it our all out best and make a match of it. Even Delhi, and he's right, 50 or 40, whatever, 7 balls for KL Rahul, not good enough. Thankfully, Tristan Stubbs is the only guy who kind of given that innings some momentum. So that is also a fact. Shomit Chakraborty, before I go to Shubhan. Yeah, quite a bit of crowd there, quite a bit of number of cops, huge number of cops
Yeah.
behind Rohit Jugla.
See, purely by
Because the
going by
team buses, I think, is very near Buryada. I think the team bus will be arrive anytime soon now. That's why.
see purely going by the by cricketing logic, if you look at it, KKR will get some home comfort in this game because the way Kotla pitches have been playing this season, slow and low, and uh, moving to Kotla, the way performances of the key Delhi Capitals players have dipped. Before Kotla, KL Rahul was scoring at a strike rate of 170. It has now dipped to 127. Before Kotla, Kuldeep Jadhav had
Isn't
8
that
wickets.
the pattern with KL Rahul every year?
Could be, could
Isn't
be.
that a pattern? Because
Yeah,
KL
yeah.
Rahul starts brilliantly. If you think Punjab Kings, he started brilliantly and then this. He has
Yes,
been
yes,
like this all through. The moment the pressure starts to mount, and KL Rahul is given the alpha male tag in the dressing room, sadly, he has not been able to do justice to his potential then. Is that now again happening for the Delhi Capitals? Shovik.
could be because that is the reason. That is the reason why he will always have that question mark around him as far as the shortest format is concerned. And that is why he is a 14 crore player, not a 24 crore player like Shreya Iyer, for example. So that is the thing. That is the thing. That is, I mean, everyone knows when the ball is not coming onto the bat. He is a fantastic player, KL Rahul. Very conventional, very conventional with a wide range of strokes. But somehow he has felt he is not quite that T20 player you seek um, in this in modern times. At the end of the day, he still carries an immense value in the sense of holding one end up. But he is not that, as you rightly mentioned, that alpha male kind of a match winner that the team seeks, like a Phil Salt, for example. So that is seriously a point. But not only KL Rahul, if you look at Kuldeep Yadav, he had in the first 4 games he had 8 wickets, and then after moving to Kotla, his number of wickets has reduced to half. Mitchell Stark just 2 wickets over the last 2 or 3 matches. So from that point of view, and KKR, the conditions they will get at the Kotla, that something they have been crying about or craving for from game number one. They are going to get that conditions at Kotla. But
Okay.
do this.
So,
But just one
yeah.
thing. But does this still have that winning mentality? Still have that winning mentality? I have my doubts.
Shubhan, from what both these fellows are saying, Rohit Juglan and Shomit Chakraborty, I mean, and they have both made the point about Kuldeep. And if you take a look at the Delhi batting order, uh, Abhishek Porel is the one who's actually giving momentum. Jake Fraser Magag failed, they've replaced him. Faf Duplessis, hot, blow cold so far. Not the Faf Duplessis of 2 years back. And all of a sudden, the moment it is Karun Nair, except that one innings, after that tapering graph, 22, 4, 3, 1, whatever. Yes, great on the field, but nothing substantial. When KL Rahul comes, KL Rahul either needs an Abhishek Porel 30 ball 50 or a Tristan Stubbs 20 ball 50 in the middle to slot in and make a difference. KL Rahul is not that alpha male to score a 40 ball 100 and make his team win. He's not that player. He will get a 40 ball 65. That will not be good enough in a 200 or a 210 chase. That's the difference, Shubhan. Can KKR exploit that, you reckon?
I think first half of KL Rahul was good because the batting lineup was also clicking. Abhishek Pural has also been a bit inconsistent. He has not been able to cash in onto the starts. Jake Fraser Maker, Faf du Plessis, as you said, has been hot and cold in this tournament. Karun Nair, after that brilliant start, has not able to kickstart his or keep going in this tournament. Akshar Patel, whenever he has come at number 5, has not clicked. Tristan Stubbs is batting too low, in my opinion. So KL Rahul has no other options apart from anchoring the innings, play deep, because all the other batters around him are not performing. When you have a good start, say for example, 8 overs without any loss, 80 runs, 90 runs, 100 runs, then a KL Rahul at number 4 can what he was doing in the first half of IPL, 30 ball 50, 35 ball 60 runs. That's the kind of knock KL Rahul was playing, because all the other batters around him were performing, be it a Karun Nair, be it an Akshar Patel with cameos, be it a Tristan Stubbs, or a Vipraj Nigam down the order. All the batters were clicking around him. So when you see what happened with RCB in that other day in the chase, Virat Kohli was anchoring because all the other players fell for cheap, and that is where Krunal Pandya came in and started to slog, and that is why Virat Kohli tried to play it deep, because Krunal was at the other end and he was playing a decent hand with the bat. But for Delhi Capitals in the second half of IPL, they have not found the Krunal Pandya yet in the batting order. Tristan Stubbs, I will again say, bat him at the top 5, number 5 at max. Don't play him at number 6, number 7. He's too good a batter to play that low in T20 format. Number 4, because KL Rahul is playing, I can't say anything. You are playing Karun Nair at number 3, so number 5 is your option, where you have to play Tristan Stubbs. He's the top 3 T20 batters in the world at the moment for the last couple of years. Use him. Use your best batter.
Rohit Juglan, you were there at the practice. Give me a sense. Are you expecting changes? Are you expecting any from KKR? You've seen body language. Gargi Raut was reporting from the ground yesterday that Sunil Narayan and Varun Chakravarti were the first inside the nets. They had a bit of a separate session, or they were trying to sort of do some stuff there. Are you expecting any change? Do you see any kind of the Venkatesh Iyer strategy, for example, pushing him up the order, trying him out? Do you see any such out of the box thinking happening in this particular game?
Not thinking something out of box, Murada. Just want to thinking that whether they want to play Moin Ali as far as this ground is concerned, because he was really helpful as far as the spinning conditions are concerned. You see his records in the Guwahati match against RR, and you will see that him being one of the crucial players who was there to disturb Rajasthan Royals defense. And similar thing happened in Chennai Super Kings also. He can bat a bit. Yes, I know that post 2022 his record with the bat is not that good enough. Otherwise, I don't have any doubt that they can promote him as an opener also. Leave Sunil Narayan now down the order, put a punt on Moin Ali, but because his batting form is a concern from last 2-3 years, that's why I'm not backing Moin Ali as a top order player, because 2021 Chennai Super Kings used him brilliantly. Number 3, he was playing cameos there. He was using the power play really well. And if you see, power play is not being the problem as far as Kolkata Knight Riders are concerned. Somehow they can manage that, some 20 runs, 25 runs, 30 runs by a batter, and, they are clicking as far as power play is concerned. The main thing for them is what we are at this point of time is watching, that their middle order not able to contribute as much as they, you see Ajinkya Rahane only there who's scoring 200 runs. We are more than halfway into the tournament. Almost all the teams played 10 games, and you have a Ajinkya Rahane with only 200 runs and nobody else. I don't think anybody have touched the 150 mark also. So that's where the thing come from, that, you have a deep batting lineup. You know, uh, Harshit Rana yesterday said in the press conference that we don't need any much batters into our squad because we bat really deep. It's all about these players getting runs. So suddenly, if these players start getting runs, you'll say that, oh wow, what a batting lineup. And at the very start, in the preview also, me and Subhaindra always discuss this, that tell me a batting lineup as good as finishers as these three are: Ramandeep, Rinku Singh, and Andre Russell. But the way their batting order is concerned is the main problem. So I'm not seeing anything apart from Moin Ali getting a game here, and with them going with three spinners, because I can't make myself understand why they are giving only one game to Enric Nokia against Spencer Johnson at the very start. Then a Roman Powell into the squad, him not getting any kind of chance, whether they will back him or not. So there were multiple things as far as batting is concerned, but I don't think there should be any changes as far as batting is concerned. They have to bring in one Moin Ali as far as this wicket is concerned. Last game we saw that how much it's gripping a bit, and it was really difficult for a Virat Kohli or a Krunal Pandya to hit spinners. They hit most of their runs against pacers. If you see a Mukesh Kumar over for a couple of sixes, a Chamira over for a single six, and they scored only 1 6 against Kuldeep Yadav. That's the only thing. So if you have to score in this ground, you have to, score big against the fast bowlers.
But
Shomik,
Rohit,
the
but
point, yeah, let me ask the question. You can take both. You played Rovman Powell the last game. He had nothing to do. In the Punjab innings, if you see, he had nothing to do. Frankly, he had no role. Now, Rohit is saying, and rightly so, based on conditions, that you get Moin back. In whose place? In whose place do
exactly,
you get Moin back? Andre Russell,
exactly.
you have to play him.
Roman
Drop
Uh,
Powell,
Gurbaz.
Boria,
Drop
Roman Powell.
Gurbaz. Drop
Gurbax,
Gurbaz.
yeah,
Play
is that the reason?
Alamneet Sisodia. You can bring in a Moin Ali
So
in
this
his
is the
place.
But only
argument.
two games for Gurbaz. Only 2 games for Gurbaz. I don't think that's my point. That
Gurbaz
it's
has
only two
not
games
done
for Gurbaz.
anything in T20 format. For Afghanistan, it is Ibrahim Zadran who does the heavy loading at the top of the order. Gurbaz has done in the ODI format, but in T20 format, his record is mediocre. Nothing
Yeah, very
extraordinary.
mediocre. So Shomik, if I take Rohit's point, and I take Rohit's point about Moeen Ali, Gujarat match, Chennai match, and you slot Moeen Ali in whose place? Gurbaz? Do you put
Rajasthan
Lovejoy
match.
at the top of the order? Do you open with Rovman Powell and play a gamble there? What do you do?
I mean, this is the this is exactly the question I was going to ask Rohit. I mean, you bring in Moin Ali, fine, but in whose place? Because
I'll drop Roman Powell, sir. Shamikda, I'll drop Roman Powell.
but the poor
Horses
guy
for
was
courses.
given, he
Horses
didn't
for
get an
courses.
innings even. He didn't get an innings even. So that would be
But I'm going by the conditions, Shamikda.
so
If you can drop a
that
Bhuvneshwar Kumar in a Cape Town test just for the after Cape Town test,
but
in the name of horses for courses sake, then I can easily put Moin Ali, who is a
but
performer, and Roman Powell, who hasn't done anything as far as this IPL or
no,
before
no.
that this
Okay,
IPL is
fine,
concerned.
fine, Rohit. But you have brought in Robman Powell because you have a porous middle order, right? And your middle order is not firing. So you think that Robman Powell could be a solution to that. Now, without giving him any batting time, if you are going to drop him, that will be pure abracadabra, like the KKR team at this moment in time. That would be pure
Only
abracadabra.
option is Gurbaz here, I think. Only option is to drop Gurbaz.
And then bring Lavneet Sisodia to
Drop
open
in
the
a
innings,
Chetan Sakaria, bring in a Moin Ali.
or I mean, once again, it is very complicated. They have completely messed it up. They have
The
completely messed
playing
it up.
11 that day I sent in the group, I think KKR will end up playing that playing 11
KKR,
in the course of
In
KKR
the
the last
tournament.
game. In the
so
last
far
game.
have used 19 players. So far have used 19 players. I think Chennai Super Kings have used 20.
21.
KKR have used
21.
20, 21. Chennai Super Kings and KKR have used 19 players. So uh, you can
You have
understand
a
the
Mayank
instant.
Markande also in that lineup if you want a leg spinner
Yeah.
into the thing.
So you can understand the
But
instability.
no performance, Subhanda. No performance at all. From last couple of years, you don't know what Mayank Markande is doing as far as the domestic cricket is also concerned.
Anukul Roy is
That
there also.
Chetan Sakaria
Anupul
did
Roy
not
is there.
play a single game since, has not
No,
played a single game
he's
since
showing
February
it because he
2024,
was
and
Exactly, exactly. No need to play Chetan
despite
Sakaria
knowing
also.
his pace
No
has
need.
dropped after that wrist injury, you are playing him in a very must-win game against Punjab.
plus you put in
No.
Chetan Sakaria, you got in Rovman Powell, now you drop him. You got Gurbaz, you drop him. You've got it, given him one opportunity. Second match, he's just played one over. But then, I mean, come on, halfway or more into the IPL. Rohan, by the way, Gargi is, I think, backstage. Can you get her in, Rohan, if you're there? I
Such
don't.
Use Venki Iyer na, as a bowler. Use Venki Iyer as a bowler. Why not you're using Venki
That
and
was my other
Andre Russell?
question.
They are not using Andre Russell, the bowler. How come they will go to Venkatesh Iyer?
I mean,
As
they
far
did
as
not
Andre Russell is
utilize.
concerned, yes.
Yeah, go on, go on. Tell me why
No,
you reckon Andre Russell is not being used, Rohit Juglan?
only taking care of his knees, Buryada. Only taking care of his knees. Last 3 to 4 years, it's only about the fitness of Andre Russell, that whether he can sustain a full season or not. There is no other
But he
point
was
why you
bowling
are
in
not using.
IL T20.
But he's
Yeah,
fielding
that's
at the
because
boundary line. It's okay.
but he took 19
no, but
wickets last year.
yes, that's my question, is that he took 19 wickets. He was your one of the finest bowlers. But what's the other reason? I'm not able to, myself understanding this, that why not they are
Even
using Andre
last
Russell
year,
as a
Russell
bowler
was not bowling
only.
all his 4 overs. Even last year, Russell was not bowling all his 4 overs. 2 overs at death,
But
1 over maybe in the middle over if your
Yeah, but
bowlers are conceding
but the
extra
point
runs.
is, the point is by trying to protect Andre Russell and his knees, your campaign is gone. Who are you protecting? What are you protecting? I mean, you keep protecting, the campaign is gone. Then you keep protecting. It's nonsense. It's as simple as that. Come on, I
Next
mean,
next
ultimately,
year, we'll come back next year
I
again.
am
yeah,
I am not
and
able
you
to
know,
make myself
people.
Next
understand
year is
this.
ours.
Okay, Gargi also joins us. Gargi was there at the KKR practice yesterday. He was reporting, said Sunil Narayan and Varun Chakravarti were into the thing first. You reported from Calcutta. Now you are reporting there. You've seen, multiple KKR practice sessions. How do you set it up? So far, overall, Shubhan says KKR not in sync with bat ball. Shomik is saying very pessimistic outlook that KKR, his heart says it's done. Sorry, his mind says it's done. Hart says, okay, a little bit of opportunity. Rohit was the one who kind of set it up in an interesting way, saying that Delhi also has not performed at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Delhi's graph is also dipping. Batting has dipped. Kuldeep has dipped. The bowlers have dipped. That kind of gives KKR a bit of chance. How do you look at this game, Gargi Raut?
I think it'll be a very equal contest here because if this was a Delhi Capitals 3 games ago, I would have said that Delhi Capitals would be the dominant side in this game. But looking at the way that Delhi Capitals has dipped, actually the one biggest point is Kuldeep Yadav not picking wickets and giving away a lot of runs. I think that has been one of the most uh, negative parts about Delhi Capitals. But really look at it, KKR. I still think Delhi Capitals has an upper hand. I'm not saying that they will be the dominant team in this contest, but I still think Delhi Capitals will have an upper hand. There are some things that Akshar Patel needs to look after. I think in the last game as well, he made some really wrong calls when it comes to the bowlers. But at the same time, with the way that KKR is performing, if you look at the two teams, DC is the better team. KKR looks very disjointed. Nothing is going towards them. Nothing is working out in their favor. When you look at that batting lineup, nothing's working out. The top order is not performing. Yes, Ajinkya Rahane gets a few runs here and there. Then all the pressure is on the middle order. Then all the pressure is on the bowlers as well if they are batting first. There's just nothing working out for KKR at the moment. And from the little comments that you get, Harshit Rana yesterday in the press conference, all these things are a reflection that maybe things are not as jolly as it seems from the outside. Outside also it doesn't seem as jolly, but at the same time looks very very disjointed. And DC I think look the better team in this contest.
Okay. Is the Mitchell Stark factor anything critical to talk about? I'll start my final 5 minutes on the show. Rohit, why don't you start? Mitchell Stark was critical to KKR. He's not been great in the last 2 games, but again, back to his old franchise. There always will be that little spice. Mitchell Stark against the KKR top order, couple of wickets and game done. Is that a critical factor? You reckon, Rohit Juglan, Mitchell Stark versus the KKR top order?
Again, Burela, that same thing that he picked up wickets at the early phase. Remember a fifer for him. And after that fifer, there's nothing to show up. Yes, there is that super over also. But apart from these two performances, they already played 8, 9 games, but there are nothing to, separate anything. If you talk about his performances, there were just 2 games. One that Pfeiffer won and another one, you talk about that Rajasthan game where he bowled that super over. So if you talk about these performances, apart from this, you have to see that what Mitchell Stark is doing for them. Is he doing okay at the very start? Not able to, pick up those early wickets as far as the new ball is concerned. Again, they've changed their bowling from Mohit Sharma to, Dushamanta Chamira. But again, I'm surprised that why they are not using Natrajan. Why they are not using a Natrajan? I asked this to Kevin Peterson also, but I'm not satisfied with his answer. That who he reversed back the question to me that in whose place you will play him. Dushmanta Chamira is a new bowler. Natarajan, if you see, is a bowler who can bowl in the middle over phase. As far as the death bowling is concerned, he's your best choice for the death bowling. So why you are going with a single directional kind of a bowling attack where a Mitchell Stark not able to do really well as far as the death overs are concerned? You have Mukesh Kumar who's doing really well in last couple of seasons as far as the death bowling is concerned. Why not you are taking someone who can give you that middle over phase really well? And if you see against Delhi in last 3 or 4 games, The major thing happened in the middle over phase. You see the last game from where Krunal Pandya and Virat Kohli started hitting them from 9 to 10 over onwards. So whatever the opposition is doing, especially against Delhi Capitals, and where the results is going against their way, is the middle over phase. So someone who can do really well in middle overs, I think Mitchell Stark, yes, if he can give you, wickets at the top of the order, that will be really nice. But is he able to give you that? That's my bigger question. So at this point of time, Mitchell Stark with the new ball, I don't think is very much a threat for a Kolkata Knight Rider batter.
Shomik Chakraborty, do you again demote Sunil Narayan, or you continue with Sunil Narayan despite him not performing? Do you do anything to the opening slot? Do you drop Ramanullah Gurbaz? Do you get Lavnit Sisodia? Every other team has tried an Indian batter, Priyan Sharia, Vaibhav Suryavanshi, etc., etc., Ayush Matre. All these fellows have done well. Only KKR has not tried an Indian youngster at the top of the order. Shomik Chakraborty, before I give Shubhan and Gargi the last words.
I will not say Indian youngsters, but I would like to see Venkatesh Iyer opening the innings, because Venkatesh Iyer is someone who likes pace on the ball, who likes the ball to come onto the bat. He is getting stuck all the while. I mean, when Sunil Narayan is not in form, nor is Quinton de Kock inspiring confidence. That is why they have brought in Rahman Gurbaz. So all the while, Venkatesh Iyer is getting stuck. In 2021 we saw, I mean, it is absolutely not that case that I can affirm that Venkatesh Iyer, it's not Venkatesh Iyer's decision that he is not willing to open the innings. The decision is coming from the team management under the pretext of team combination. Venkatesh Iyer should open. And one more thing, as far as I am concerned, in this KKR batting lineup, the biggest problem is Ajinkya Rahane. Ajinkya Rahane, I know he has scored 271 runs. He is the top scorer for KKR. But in circa 2025, a batsman like Ajinkya Rahane, someone like Ajinkya Rahane, has no place in T20 setup. Because of his presence, the entire batting combination, entire batting lineup is going haywire. Here, I can give you the Virat Kohli's example. Is he no longer good enough to play T20I for India? He can. But a new age cricket has come, and he has accepted that, and that's why he said, okay, goodbye. So Ajinkya Rahane, when the ball will come in his range, he will hit. He has scored runs, but he hasn't won his side a single game, and I don't see him doing that through his batting. So Ajinkya Rahane is the biggest problem in this batting lineup.
Tough words, Shubhan Chakraborty from Shomik Chakraborty there.
I
I'll give
agree.
Gandhi the last words, Shubhan. You agree, you disagree?
I agree. I completely agree. Firstly, you bought someone in the final round of auction after he got unsold, made him the captain, and suddenly you have messed up your entire batting unit. Without Rahane, it should have been Ankriksh at number three, Venkatesh Iyer at number four, followed by Rinku Singh, Russell, and Ramandeep Singh at 5, 6, 7. So you have a settled batting unit. If you want to add in a player, impact player, you could have added a Manish Pandey. You have someone like Anukul Roy. You have someone like a Harshit Rana who can bat lower down the order. You had options, but suddenly you decided to make Rahane. You have bought Rahane as a backup. I can still understand he's a solid player. Injury to your captain, he can come in as a replacement as a captain. You can keep him as your backup option, but to make him a captain suddenly after he went unsold, first round, second round, in the final round you bought him for the base price, and suddenly you made him the captain, and that's where your entire auction strategy and your tactics got messed up. uh, Number two, again, as I said, you did not buy a middle order wicket keeper just as a backup, just in case your openers fail. You want to try something different. You did not get a middle order batter. Quinton de Kock, yes, he has played at number three. Then again, you will have to change the entire batting unit if you want to go in that way. So KKR, I think buying Rahane, I do not mind KKR having Rahane, but to make him captain, to make him play every match, I think that is where things got wrong for KKR. Otherwise, Raghuvanshi at three, or even Venkatesh Iyer at three. He has a phenomenal record at number three against pace, against spin bowling. But you chose to mess up completely and make him bat at number five suddenly.
Gargi, I'll give you the last
KKR on
words.
a
Thoughts?
regressive mode.
Yes, Gargi.
Yeah, I think everyone has hit the nail on the head. Uh, KKR, I think the problem started when you made Ajinkya Rahane the captain. Yes, he had done well in SMAT. Yes, he had led well as well. But is he someone who's going to,
Shreyas Iyer was
bring the
Mumbai captain, not Rahane. Shreyas Iyer was Mumbai captain in SMAC.
yeah, but he did, score some
He was the top
decent
scorer. He
runs in
was
the
the top
SMAT.
scorer, but he did not lead. Yeah.
Yeah. But, again, is he someone who will fit the mold of an IPL? Is he someone who can still lead an IPL franchise? I wasn't so sure of that. And now it's glaring. Now you realize that what the difference, what a good captain make, what difference a good captains make. When you think of a Shreyas Iyer with a Gautam Gambhir at the back versus now an Ajinkya Rahane, and you know that you don't really have a backing of a strong head coach or something like that, whatever is going on in the KKR dressing room, plus the calls that seeing being taken, KKR sticking with the same template over and over again, not making any changes. Shomik pointed out how you can bring Venkatesh Iyer at the top. I think Ankrish Raghuvanshi can also do very well at the top. You've got all these players sitting on the bench, warming the bench. Nothing has changed for KKR so far except that Rodman Powell call. And I think right now, it's after this match, every match is do or die. If they lose this match, every match is do or die. And if they don't take,
This
it's time for a horses for courses approach. I think there's no other way left for KKR to sort of save this season.
And
I think this
on the road in away games, Rahane has scored some 60 odd runs only. All his runs have come at the Eden Gardens.
okay. Clearly, I mean, clearly, all my guests making some really important points. Let me end the show with a story. Vaibhav Raghuvangshi is the story of the season at the moment since last night.
Suryavanshi.
Oh, sorry, Vaibhav Suryavanshi. So now my story is here. If you see KKR, my problem with KKR at the moment is my problem with KKR is does KKR or each of the players, management, staff, coaching staff really have that fire in the belly? Vaibhav Suryavanshi story. After the end of the first match in Hyderabad, Vaibhav walked up to a coaching staff in the Rajasthan Royals set up in the ground, and he said to me, and he said to that coaching staff, मेरा नंबर कब आएगा? मुझे कब खेलना है? And one of the people sitting there tells me today, saying, "Yeah, we were all taken aback. कि ये आदमी ये बच्चा बोल क्या रहा है?" He actually went up to an assistant coach, I don't want to name, and said, "मेरा नंबर कब आएगा?" He was hungry as hell to play. The same guy tells me that in the Nagpur camp, 2 hours from Nagpur, where the Rajasthan Royals High Performance Center is, when this guy was practicing range hitting, every net bowler said, "This chap is special." And when one of the days when practice was happening, the way he was hitting the ball, Sanju Samson, by the way, everyone calls him Chote in the team, said, "Chote, ye kar kya raha hai tu?" So that is the kind of hunger, good, bad. He will also fail. Make no mistake, he will fail, but there is no fear of failure. At this point in time in Vaibhav, there is no fear of failure. I was having a long chat with people in that Royal setup today and asking about Vaibhav. And these were tremendous stories and anecdotes that were coming out. Dal chawal, sabji, I don't care. He only wants to know about his batting. If a trainer tells him go do 10 rounds or whatever, he will ask, will this impact my batting? So everything in his world is only about how to get better as a batter. Does KKR have that same fire in their belly? Gargi said, next match, do or die? No. Tonight, do or die. You lose tonight, you are out. You have 7 points. And if you lose tonight, you are talking about 15. You will not qualify with 15. You lose tonight, it's 25 season done for KKR. So one of the most important matches that will be played. Is it good night and thank you for Chandrakant Pandit? We will see. Rohit Jublan, Shubhan Chakraborty, Shomik Chakraborty, Gargi Rao, thank you very much for joining me. Both Rohit and Gargi will be reporting from the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Thank you everyone for joining us.